How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Display Case with us tonight. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
What do you do?
I'm Jordan. I do all the vocals.
I'm Joey, and I play drums.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Joey and Jordan. Much appreciated. I know, obviously, we're doing this over video chat, so very cool. First question I have for you guys, which is, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but how did you start out Display Case? How did you guys kind of formulate the band? Because I always love hearing a good origin story, you know?
Yeah, hope you like this one. This one's pretty wild. So, my sophomore year in high school, I was failing. Yeah, it was my sophomore year. I was failing math class, and I was playing on the football team. And we went to a high school that's like prestigious for football, and so if you failed, you had to go to this like special study hall.
Oh,
And
man.
I was on the sophomore team at the time, and Jordan was on the varsity team at the time, and we ended up with the same tutor. And we were talking about what we'd rather be doing right now. And I said I'd rather be playing drums, and Jordan said that he'd rather be just like doing pretty much anything else.
Anything else.
Yeah.
Anything but.
I was jamming with a guitar player, and we had all the parts to make a band, but we could not find a singer. And I think I just complained. I ended up complaining to him about that. I'll do it, something like that. But it's basically how it started. And then like our very first practice, everyone showed up except him because he was nervous. So, but I can't remember the lie he said. I think he said like you were going to lunch with your girlfriend, but you didn't have a girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, I made up something.
Yeah, but it worked because I think we're just like, oh, whatever, we'll try them next weekend. And then we've always been the band since then, and that was in 2009.
Wow, that's a incredibly long time ago. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, man, it feels like it.
Very cool. I mean, obviously, you know, you had started out like that, and is that how, like, was that like the first iteration of Display Case, or is what's like the Display Case that people like kind of known to come to be like right now?
There's been different parts of it. I feels like there's like a change every 5 or so years. But yeah, we've always been, we're the two originals in it. Man, we've gone through some members. We have some people that don't want to do it anymore.
Sure,
Usually
yeah.
what happens is someone just kind of moves away.
Yeah.
So we've got one guy go to school in Europe, and we have one guy to go to school in California somewhere. Went to music school out there, but it's always cool. It's always cool. It's the it feels like it's all kind of a fraternity type of thing.
where you like show up and then you do your like your stint in the band. Well, I mean, I honestly hope that you guys continue on with it. I feel like I don't need to say that because you've been doing it for quite a long time as it is, but if you needed a little bit more of a push to do stuff, because I had checked out some of the Display Case music that you had sent over, so thanks, Joe. And I was like, man, this is real good shit. I was like really pumped about it. And I was like, and when you were just talking about like, obviously just the cycle of life, being in a band, like, I kind of was like, I hope they kind of have like a solid lineup and stuff. Cause it was super good shit. And I was like, man, who doesn't want to be in like, who doesn't want to have like fun and playing like in a band and just like doing some fun shit? Like, I feel like that sounds like just a good time overall,
Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's like it teaches you so much about life. I mean, I feel like we definitely put ourselves in the tough lane, but I don't know, it makes all the bullshit that like the normal guy gets upset about, it makes all that seem really thick. That's the kind of thing me and him talk about all the time. I mean, I can handle this crappy thing going on at my job because we've been like broken down on the side of the road with no money. Covered in sticks.
Yeah,
that happened once. So,
yeah, like whatever I'm dealing with right now it just makes it seem not that hard.
Yeah.
I could only imagine like band struggles. I hear about it from like friends that like that would come and stay with me or whatever, and they're like, oh my god, like this is what happened on this tour or whatever. And I was just like, shit, I don't know. I had to like put a spare tire on my car like a couple weeks ago, and I thought that shit was hard, like by myself. So, I can only imagine like the types of things that you've learned and grown from over the time. But I guess more specifically, like, who are you guys kind of like influenced by? Like, who kind of inspires you to write music, create music? I feel like I have some in mind, but I'm curious on what you guys stay, obviously from your own perspective.
Will probably surprise you. I don't know. Who are some of yours?
Well, I know some of my main guys are like I listen to a lot of hip hop.
Nice. Okay.
I've been into like Vic Mensa.
Nice. Yeah, Vic Mensa. He's great.
And but like earlier on, a lot of I don't know if you're like Such Gold, Transit, those dudes. We actually played with them. It was one of our first shows. We played. They came through Des Moines, and we played with Transit, Such Gold, and Lost for Words, and we didn't know that it was like a super lineup. And like, I know another thing that changed after like meeting those guys, and they actually like they came through, they spent the night, at his place.
I owe that to my dad. So I think I was like 17, 16. I was still living at home. And I told them they could stay with us, and then I asked my dad. So my dad's awesome. He'd like go to all our shows, even like we practiced at his house. So I went up and I asked him if they could stay before, and he said yes. And that decision changed our career forever.
Yeah, it definitely, after talking to those guys, like talking to Tim and Joe and Ben, and me and him were just like, what do we do? What do we need to do to do what you guys do? And even from like a live perspective too, like this little tiny music venue probably held 150 people, and there was maybe 5 people there, including bands that were playing that night. And these dudes just got up on stage and ripped it. Like
I remember Ben shaking because he was playing so hard.
Like they were just playing for they were playing a sold out show for whatever venue you could think of, and these guys and I think that's what I took as from like a frontman point of view. I was like, you just get there and you don't stop moving, and you just go. So I think that's what I really got out of it. And I don't know, it's like if you just have to have that energy. I've noticed that if you have that energy, the energy is going to feed into everybody else. So
100%.
That's like where a lot of my influences are too. Definitely from that whole like Transit, that whole era of pop punk. Misser, like one of their projects. I'm a huge fan of theirs, but I'm also into a lot of like I love Nirvana. I love Blink-182, Aerosmith. So a lot of stuff like Nirvana and Aerosmith I listened to when I was younger. And it always stuck with me. And when I was like a really little kid, I'd like air drum to it all the time.
Yeah.
And ever since I heard that, the like catchy, grungy, heavy stuff, I've just been hooked.
No, yeah, I feel like that kind of represents your music pretty well. Like I would agree. Like I feel like Transit and like that. Like I would say even like a little bit more aggressive version of Transit. Like that's one of my favorite bands of all time. So like I love their shit so much, and obviously I feel like they disappeared off the face of the earth way too quick.
Did you get the tat?
That is so cool. I love that.
Yeah, we got the slugs.
Memory of Tim.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. So cool. Yeah. So I like as soon as I knew that, I was like, because I was like, this has to be like Transit influence. Like if it's not, I'll be like completely, I'll be floored. I'll be honestly floored. I knew that for a fact going in. I was like, man, this feels like, I was just like, I love that.
We're just mad Transit.
Yeah.
It's mad Transit. I feel like this is the perfect way to describe it. Yeah.
Like if Transit was from Iowa,
Yeah.
That's just. I feel like a lot, like when I was growing up and stuff, and like I had a half-hour commute to school every single day.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like I was like listening to I was listening to all everything every Iowa kid ever listened to. I was listening to like Slipknot and like Korn and all that stuff, and I always tried to sound just like those guys. And then I feel like I took that and then my nasally pop punk kid voice, and I just kind of like made something out. I don't know, but yeah, Transit from Iowa.
Transit from Iowa. There's something about pop punk that gives you like a confidence to like mess up live, but it's
Oh,
still
100%.
just like it's still that Blink-182 thing, but it trickled down to like so many bands. So it's okay if you're not the best, and then we just kind of, I feel like I've just been going out there and winging it for like 11 years.
You just embrace the chaos. Like I feel like with like pop punk music, like I feel like I love seeing a band that's just like loose, like not obviously like bad, like real loose, like real bad, but like I feel like loose enough where I'm like, okay, maybe they're like not hitting exactly on point, but that's like not the whole reason. Like I'm at the show because I'm enjoying it. And so I feel that I would probably say another band that kind of stuck out to me that I feel like you guys are influenced by is The Story So Far. I feel like you guys kind of got a little bit of Story So Far, a little bit of Transit, you know, kind of like if Transit and Story So Far and just maybe like a hardcore band had like a baby, that would be your baby. You know, like you would be the baby. So I feel that's
take that any day, man.
So guys, if you haven't checked out Display Case, definitely do so. Which is the funny next question of this interview is people who haven't checked out Display Case aren't familiar with, you know, the type of music you guys are making. What would be one song you would recommend to like a new listener, somebody that's like watching this interview? It's like, these guys are cool, I like them. What type of music do they make? They make like pop punk music. Cool, I'm about that. Like, what song would you be like, this is a great representation of like what you guys do?
Say Waste.
I'd say either way. We had right before COVID hit, we had released an EP named Breathe.
Nice.
And I would say the two songs. That's our newest thing, and basically all of our plans got canceled to tour and do whatever. But I would say if you're gonna pick, I'm gonna do two songs. I would say Nothing Personal and Waste. And Nothing Personal is just like, it's for us, it's like the heaviest thing that we've written to date, and then Waste is also like, it's like what you said, like the Transit. It's a good like culmination of that Transit Story So Far in a hardcore band. Like both of those songs, I feel like represent us really well, and like as to like everything down from like how it sounds to the lyrics, and just like represents who we are and like what we're about.
Totally.
You agree, Joey?
Dude, so much. Those songs are so fun to write. It was like the most collaborative we've ever been. Like Jordan would help like make sounds with his mouth to like help make the guitar sound a certain way, and then we air drum and like that doesn't make sense, and we could like figure it out. Yeah, it was so awesome. It ended up being our best stuff we've put out, and I think it's a good path for the future.
I would definitely agree. Like I said, and another band that I couldn't think of off the top of my head, but now I know because of the pure thought of thinking about stuff. It was Trash Boat. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys or not. You guys definitely give me that Trash Boat vibe.
That said that makes sense, man.
It all comes together.
Cover is insane.
They are. I feel like if any pop punk band is heavily slept on in the scene, I feel like Trash Boat is one of those bands. I love them. I think I saw them. I think they've only come to at least my area in Jersey/PA. I think like one time, like once or twice. I haven't seen them since, but like I think I saw them. I caught them one time at like, I don't know if they were on Warped Tour or not, but like I caught them playing a show, and I was just like, who are these guys? Like they're sick. Like who doesn't like? And I feel like now anybody that I talk to about like pop punk, like either is just like I don't know, or like doesn't know about them at all. So I'm glad you guys know who they are, know them, and like are like stoked on them.
Totally, they're great.
But that's awesome, guys. Go check out again Display Case. I'll leave a link to the new record in the description as well. But keeping it more fun, guys. Who have you guys been jamming recently? What's on your Spotify? What have you guys been listening to lately?
I'm gonna look real quick.
All right, I'm gonna look.
I just got done listening to. There's a rapper out of Kansas City named Mac Lethal. I just listened to him before this. So my last listens are Mac Lethal, Aerosmith, Nirvana, Taking Back Sunday, The One Foo Fighters, and Tom Petty. So,
wow. All right. How about all these guys?
I'm kind of embarrassed.
What did you listen to?
Oh no! Okay, so I was listening to the Jared Along, the guy that does like the pop punk pizza parties.
Yeah.
I was
Samurai Skater Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'll go to work and I'll just like put something on like that, and I'm like, super posy. I'm at work. I don't want to be here. Let's go. But like I don't know. Like I said, like I've been listening to like Vic Menza. Man, as far as like pop punk stuff goes, though, what have I been listening to? Transit, such a those guys. I listen to them all the time.
Brandon, have you ever heard of Day Trader? Did you listen to them before?
Day Trader is tight. Oh yeah, they're sick. Yeah. Underrated.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
I saw them with Man Overboard at some dive in
Iowa City.
Yeah, I'm like in Iowa City, and I was just that dude's vocal range. That is his voice. Like he can get up there live.
Yeah.
And I remember that because I saw the microphone that he was using like a Sennheiser like 935 or whatever, and I was like, if I get that microphone, I'm gonna sound like that guy. And I've had one of those. I bought like 4 of those mics. I love them. It's just like what I pulled from that guy. But yeah, like those guys, like Man Overboard, Cold Collective, those
nice.
One of the projects, and like, oh man, and then like the latest Taking Back Sunday that came out, Tidal Wave, that one was really good.
That was good. Yeah, I listened to their Happiness Is today. That's my favorite
nice.
one.
Okay.
I think that's 2015 by Taking Back Sunday.
I believe you're correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love that. I love that record.
Or the latest Handguns. That was really good.
Ooh,
Too.
yeah, that was tight. Yeah.
Those guys are good.
Yeah, those guys are pissed, man. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, I love a good like angry pop punk record. Like I don't know, I it's just so funny because like pop punk's like supposed to be this like happy, like cheery thing, and then you just hear like a dude like yelling in your face for like, 40 minutes, but with like super like happy guitars playing in the background. Oh, no, that's great.
Sure. The new 4 Year Strong was good.
Yes.
The new 4 Year Strong is slept on too.
I've slept on it.
I love it. Brain Pain is like I would have to say I think it came out. I want to say it came out last year. Yeah, I think it came out
2019, maybe 2019, maybe.
Everything's a blur. I don't know.
Yeah, it could. I think it could have came out in late 2019, but I want to say I'm like 98% sure it came out last year because I remember going to like a record store and picking it up.
It's fairly recent.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I think it's. Like, I mean, I'm just a 4 Year Strong stan. I love everything that they've done so far, but man, I'd probably have to put that up in my favorites that they've done ever. Like, I think they do. I think they kind of like hit that mark of like old shit, but like also like I don't know. I feel like they're definitely getting heavier as they're getting older. Like they definitely their catalog, like not to say that their older stuff like isn't heavy, but like I just feel like they definitely like are way more like riff centric than they have been in probably like the past couple records.
I'm excited to hear it. Yeah, I don't know how I slept on that one.
You'll have to let me know, Joey, because I think it's good. So I agree with Jordan. Definitely, if you haven't checked out Brain Pain, go check it out. But the next question, guys, a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
We argue about what to cover all the time.
Well, now you can settle the debate here on the internet.
There's gonna be 2 other guys that are gonna be pissed.
I want to cover Fat Lip by Sum 41.
Ooh, okay. You could.
3 degrees, it's over.
Ooh, yeah, okay. I want to hear Jordan out though. I'll.
Mistake.
Man, I've always wanted to cover Breed by Nirvana.
Oh, that's
shit. I don't know.
Yeah, see, it's just because I mean, if our live show is our live show is like we pride ourselves on having just bringing so much energy to the table. Like I'm just like I'm flying around everywhere, and like nobody's ever seen 250 pounds fly around like that. So
I think Breathe would be better. Or yeah, Breathe would be better.
And it's just one of those songs where it's just like everybody. It just sounds like everybody's just beating the piss out of their instruments, and just playing as fast as possible. I feel like that could really like get a crowd really riled up.
I feel.
And some of the older guys would probably be like, yeah.
You gotta cater to those guys. There's always at least a handful of them at a show at any given point. So
for sure.
Oh man, that's tough. I mean both of those. If I really had to like narrow down which one I'd like, I mean honestly, Nirvana would be very cool, but I mean Sum 41. That's like my childhood, growing up. Yeah. So I don't know. That's tough. But if you want to settle the debate, guys. Let display comments know like which one you like more. Comment below. If you have a suggestion for them, also drop that down below. Maybe they'll wind up doing a cover. Who knows?
We need questions.
Yeah, we'll probably just end up playing Damn It again. We've been covering Damn It for like 10 years.
It's great.
Basically, me and him have no problem playing Damn It, but then the other guys don't want to play it, and then we're just like, oh, well, we already know Damn It, so I'm going to get a decision. Looks like we're playing Damn It.
And every time we think about doing a cover, we're like, well, we should probably write a song instead. We never write it.
Yeah. It's a cop-out.
Priorities,
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully, again, this might inspire you to either work on a cover or maybe next time, by that time we'll hear either Nirvana or Sum 41 by that point. But next question, guys, another fun one. Favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
My favorite place to go.
I think mine's Chinese food. I get that when I'm sad and when I'm happy, so Chinese food.
Same.
That's accurate.
There's a Chinese food place by me, and it just failed a health code, but I'm still eating there.
We've been going. It's basically like it's like a second home. We've been going there since high school, so it's just like a Chinese buffet that you just I don't know. In high school, we'd go there and sit there for like 3 hours.
I'm not talking about
buffet.
I'm talking about Cool Basil.
Oh, Cool Basil. Yeah, don't go to that place. If you're in Iowa,
you should go.
They sit you next to the bathroom every single time.
That happened to him once. I get there. He's that's wrong.
Wow, Jordan really threw you under the bus there. Dear Jesus, that's fucked. Oh, that's great. Jordan, what was your answer?
My favorite place before COVID was this Chinese buffet. It's called Buffet City, and it's
disgusting.
It's home, okay?
Yeah, it's home.
It was just I don't know. It's just a place like we always went, and I don't know. I love it. They have pretty good sushi. I mean,
they do.
Finding good sushi in Iowa is
it's not it's not at the strip mall buffet though. But Jordan has a thing for Chinese buffets, so we were on tour and we went to a Chinese buffet, and Jordan has liquid diarrhea in this single bathroom that's right by the food. He shits. Like, he doesn't, miss the toilet.
Yeah,
it's filled to the brim with liquid shit, and he just leaves the door and light on. And they're just everyone just, serving himself food. Because he walked back to the table, and he's like, Joey, go look at the bathroom. You see the lights on, it's like, what, does someone, puke in there? And then there's just,
Dude, that was, the first time we'd eaten in, 2 days. That's
sick. I still can vividly picture that poop.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go on the road, pack some apples or something. Don't wait 2 days and then go eat 5 pounds of Chinese food. Don't recommend.
I would agree. Oh my God, I'm glad you got. First of all, thank you for blessing me with that story. I'm so glad that this will be forever.
When you're trying to sleep tonight.
Forever sealed in infamy on the internet now. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, she's like, oh, did you have a great time interviewing Display Case? Oh, it was great. They told me about the time that they had a 5-pound shit at a Chinese food buffet. Yeah, went great. No, that's oh boy, I'm gonna remember that shit now, and I'm not even in your fucking band, so.
Good.
Next question, guys, so I can erase that from my memory. Getting back to the music stuff, of course, if you were to have a musical feature on your next record and a producer you'd like to work with, who would be on your dream team of music collaborations?
Travis Barker. Because everything he touches, I just ends up being really good.
That's fair. Yeah, I would agree that.
Yeah, I'd probably lose my job, but
Yeah, we could use a good drummer.
like I said, I'm just winging it.
I don't know who I'd pick. Probably a rapper.
So I like Travis because he produces hip hop and like everything basically.
That's true.
And then
yeah.
I feel like we're pretty out there. I'd be a rapper would be cool too. I don't know.
Dude, I would have loved to have like, I'd love to have, either like Trippie Redd or. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting his name? Who's the other? He just passed away.
Oh boy, I know who you're talking about.
Coming
Juice WRLD.
Juice
WRLD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
So, but like one of those like emo rapper type guys, like you could definitely tell those guys listen to like MCR and stuff growing up.
Oh, 100%.
And their voices are just like that. They have like that cool like vocal fry to them, and I think that'd be sweet to get one of those guys in on
that'd be so fun.
On like a hook or a verse or something like that.
There we go. Well, guys, you know, the internet is a magical place. Obviously, it's what facilitates this interview. So if you'd love to see a display case collaboration with Trippie Redd and Travis Barker, you just go on Twitter. You add both of these people.
It's true.
Listen, crazier shit's happened. So
yeah, that is true. Dude, I quit my job so fast.
So if you want to make that happen and you want Jordan to quit his job, then you can make that happen by adding them on Twitter, and who knows, it might happen. That'd be very cool. So shout outs to Travis Barker and Travis Barker and Trippie Redd want to come on the channel. It would totally be about all that shit too. So
hey, we'll send them your after we're done.
We'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Next question, guys. If there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Guitar. I feel like with guitar you can make it speak, and drums drums are more like emotions, but I don't know, guitar there's more like a deeper feel to it, which I try to like get that out in drums, but I mean there's only so much you can do. So I think that'd be super cool. I would love if I could play guitar. I've tried, I can't. My fingers are all broken
from playing drums.
Yeah. Probably guitar, like for that reason, and then like drums, I can only practice the full kit at certain hours of the day, otherwise the neighbors call the cops dicks. But I feel like guitar, you can just do it whenever.
That's fair. Yeah. Jordan?
I'd probably say drums.
Ooh.
It's like my buddy here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about drums have always just been like the fact that you can do all that stuff with your hand, like both your hands and both your feet can be doing something different.
Yeah.
And then just creating something, and then plus it would help in songwriting for us because we'll be writing and I'll be like, oh no, can you do that? So if I could speak like a drummer, that would be way more help than if I actually played drums.
Because I've been like, can you like play that thing like here?
Do it up there.
Can you play it up an octave? Like
yeah, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I play guitar, so I was like, I knew exactly what you meant without even with just you explaining. Could you play it up higher? I was like, exactly. I know what that is. Next question, guys. My personal favorite, because I'm a nerd and I love asking it. If you could be a video game character.
I play like Madden. I play Madden and Grand Theft Auto and Arena Football. I'd be John Madden.
Oh no. Okay, I know. Wow.
That's good.
I pretty much stopped playing video games at like Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Oh fuck, I'd be Tony Hawk.
I would want to be. Remember that one mission in Underground 2 where Bam is on top of the building shooting the tennis balls at people? I want to be that guy. I don't want to be Bam in Underground 2.
You want to be Bam now?
No, I don't want to be Bam now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think anybody wants to be. I don't think Bam wants to be Bam now.
Oh, that's sad.
Man.
I feel bad. I feel bad for him, but you know, great dude. Obviously back in the day, so I hope he makes a recovery at some point and comes back to normal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I do like Joey's pick. I would have never placed him for being John Madden, but now that will also forever be ingrained in my head as Joey he's gonna be like, next time I see him, he's gonna have like one of those like sportscaster like headsets. He's gonna be coming through like a booth, you know, somewhere.
Spitting on talk.
Was John Madden even in the games?
He used to be. He used to be one of the announcers.
Oh, just his voice was in the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, he counts. He's on the cover of like
He's on the cover of Madden.
Yeah.
So he's a character, right? Yeah. Can you? I just love how Jordan was questioning Joey, and he was just like, you know what? He's like, is he a playable character in the game? No, he's just got his voice in there. That's it. So like, is he really a character? You know, like, oh. Boy.
I can't do a John Madden impression.
Do it.
Give me your best John Madden impression. Listen, you
gotta act like you're drawing out a play. He's like, hey, he comes here, you're like, pow! There's a boot!
Yeah,
that was terrible.
That was great.
He has a good Hank Hill impression. Do it real quick.
God dang it, Bobby. I actually have my spirit animal tattooed on me. Hold on a second. If we want to talk about fucking, you see that?
Yeah.
Bobby going with the horns, baby. Makes my mom proud.
Hell yeah, brother. Love it. Love it. Next question, guys. If you were to compile a musical dream tour, who would be on it? Obviously, your band's on it. I just feel like I'd point that out just in case, you know, that wasn't obvious.
Yeah.
We'd probably just open up.
Yeah,
we just
no, we headlining.
We'd just open up in the parking lot.
I don't know. I'd have us open, then I'd have Transit.
Yeah.
Because it's make believe. Then I'm gonna like remember this later and be pissed and think of somebody. So the story so far: Blink-182 and Aerosmith. Cause fuck it.
Ooh, dude, that's fire.
Oh my god.
That would be a party for sure, 100%. You better get me into that show. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you'll just ride with us.
Okay.
Oh man,
yeah, people would die on that. Man.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. We'll be realistic again. We'll open it up. We'll get everybody stirred up. Yeah.
That was the realistic part.
Yep. That was the realistic part. Let's see. I want to do Taking Back Sunday for sure.
Fuck.
Man. Let's see. Us, Taking Back Sunday. Maybe like Motley Crue would be dope.
They're really bad.
They're really bad. Okay, not Motley Crue.
I don't know. I just read that online, so it probably means nothing. We're really bad.
Right. I don't fucking know either. So.
Well, we need one like classic rock because you got Aerosmith or Ozzy. I'd do Ozzy.
Ooh, I like Ozzy. Yeah.
I still don't believe Ozzy's a real person, so I feel like I would have to go on tour with him to see him. You know, to make sure he's real. In
his natural habitat.
Yeah. Let's see. So us, Taking Back Sunday, Ozzy. Ozzy would obviously headline. Who would play after Taking Back Sunday? Or before Taking Back Sunday?
Misser.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. It'd be a very mixed genre show. But
yeah.
That would be sweet to go out there with those guys.
I feel like Ozzy would be like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck did my manager get me into? This is shit."
We're the ones in his room drinking all of his beers.
And then he's like, now I'm playing out in the parking lot. Like, I opened the show. What is this shit? I'm getting a new manager.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, if you guys would like to see any of these musical tours happen, they're gonna happen in insert year. So please go make sure that happens, because you know we're on the internet, so we can do those things. So cool. Next question, guys. Another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
My favorite TV show is Scrubs. I like how it's hilarious and sad. Like, I've laughed hard, and then the next 5 minutes I'm like almost crying. And my favorite movie, I don't really watch movies. I don't know. No fucking idea. I like Friday Night Lights a lot.
I kind of figured that was the answer that was coming, honestly, because you said you were going to be John Madden. So I was like, is he going to say Friday Night Lights? I bet you he is.
Or there's a John Madden documentary.
John Madden. Well, you would know because you wanted to be John Madden. So
he's a fan right
I think there is.
You're John Madden's biggest fan.
I'll find it and send it to you as well.
Jordan, what do you got for us?
Oh man, I watch a ton of movies. Huge horror movie fan.
Nice.
I would say my all-time favorite movie. I might get some hate from this from the horror fan community, but it's the Rob Zombie Halloween.
Okay.
Or basically anything Rob Zombie's come up with is I love, like the Three from Hell, Devil's Rejects. I love those movies. My favorite TV show, man. Well,
The Bachelor. He watches The Bachelor. He tries to watch The Bachelor with my wife all the time.
Okay, that's true. I
like how he didn't deny it. He wasn't like just like, I don't watch that shit. What are you talking about? Like,
Hey, I don't have enough drama in my life, so I need to watch other people have drama. It just keeps that in my life. But I'd probably have to say King of the Hill.
Oh.
I've seen every single episode so many times, and I think it's because Hank like reminds me of my grandpa, because my grandpa also used to sell propane. And like those, for some reason, those two are just like
they just connected.
They just connected.
That makes sense.
And I'm just like Bobby. I'm just Bobby. I was like, whoa, what, Dad? What?
I want to be a magician.
I want to be a pop punk band.
I want to be a musician. You gotta work hard for your money.
Oh man, I couldn't even imagine. I feel like I know what you're going through, but like without simultaneously know what you're going through, because I've watched like a ton of King of the Hill, and I was just like, yeah, now I get it. Like now I feel like I understood what you were saying. But the next question, guys, if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was only one record you could bring with you, what would it be?
Talking about this?
No.
Maybe me and somebody else.
I would bring the Blink-182 Untitled, because that's probably my all-time favorite. I could listen to that over and over. Just the drums are like so clear and harsh on that at the same time. It's probably that.
I would have to say probably the Transit Stay Home EP.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm pushing all my chips. That's so punk.
That's so punk.
I'm allowed 10 songs, but I'm only picking 5. Isn't that the one where they do the cover of "I'm a Loner Dottie, I'm a Rebel"?
So it's 6. Well, that's if you do we get hard copies or we just get the download? So it's Spotify.
It's whatever. You're really reading into this question.
All right, I want the hard copy so I can
okay.
so I can get the extra, the cover.
The bonus.
I'm a big CD player.
Anyway, guys, one of the last things I've been asking a lot of bands this as of recently, which is, what do you want people to take away from Display Case if they're made it through this entire interview, even after that whole poo debacle and John Madden jokes and whatever. What do you want people to take away from your music? What do you want new listeners to, hear you guys out for? And, what do you want to, I guess, inspire people to do with, what you're making, pretty much, your art?
I want people to, whatever's happening to them, whether it be really good or really bad, to just use that positive and negative energy and just rock out to it, and just kind of release that pressure valve when listening to it, because And when I'm really upset, I like listen to heavy stuff, or when I'm really pumped, I'll listen to the same heavy stuff and just kind of have a different reaction and just kind of get lost in it and just forget about life for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So just that, and then and all that music is just really honest work.
Yeah, I would say along the lines of the same thing but I would want people to get out of our music what I get out of our music, and it just doesn't matter what kind of mood you're in or what kind of mood I'm in, and then we go into a practice or we go into a show, and on the other side of it, I'm just like, man, I feel so much better. Like every single emotion that needed to get out, that's been pent up, has been released, and I can just
Sweet release.
Sweet release.
I can just be. And I also like to think like we love to have fun. Like on our we love to have fun. I sound like a Tinder girl. I love to have fun. But like I guess we don't really like on our live shows and just being people, we don't really take ourselves too seriously.
Sure.
And when we play live, it's just like I'll crack jokes at these guys, and because they don't have microphones, they can't say anything back to me.
I do.
Oh yeah, you do have a microphone. Never mind. But but like we just like that. We're there. We like to have fun. I could be, laughing and joking around with one of these guys 1 minute on stage, and then we just jump into a song like Nothing Personal, where I'm literally screaming at the top of my lungs in anger, and it's just
a big party with your closest friends, basically.
Yeah,
and it's like anywhere we play, it feels that way.
Yeah, it just feels like everybody's just having a good time, and everybody's on the same level. So
100%, and I feel like I kind of got that just even from listening to the music, and not obviously we live in completely different states, and obviously what's going on, we can't see shows, so it's hopefully it'll happen very soon. But I was listening to it, and I was like this is like, to me, like a record that I would put on if I'm like exercising, and then you accidentally punch a hole through your wall, and then you're like, fuck, I'm renting this place, and then how am I gonna fix it? That's how I kind of feel like listening to your stuff, because I was like, man, this has like a nice aggressive punch to it, but also like is fun, because like pop punk's fun. And so like to me it was just kind of like you were saying, it's like a release of like having that sort of emotion, and I feel like especially like towards the harder edge of like pop punk, like that's where you're gonna get, like, not to say like regular pop punk's not great either, but like I feel like you get a lot of like rawness out of just like pop punk that leans, I guess, a little bit more towards like punk and hardcore and stuff like that, because you just get that like punch that is like, I feel like is kind of hard to find in other genres of music. So with your stuff, guys, I thought it was, again, super solid, and something that I know I would have on my music playlist going further now, just to be like, I'm just gonna do all of these weights in my house right now, and just like like throw down in my house, you know what I mean? Like, and so to me it was like, it has that kind of cathartic sense of like this shit's like makes me feel like those emotions and stuff. So I gotta give you guys kudos for that. But the last thing, guys, the most important thing, obviously, tell them about your band Display Case, where they can find you out on social media, what you guys have done recently. Talk about the record you guys just released, fairly recently as well, and just anything else you'd like to plug, talk about, things of that nature.
So we got Twitter, Display Case IA.
Display Case _ IA.
Yep, Display Case _ IA is Twitter. Our Instagram is
Display Case IA, no spaces.
And then we're also on Facebook.
Just Google.
Yeah. So we have
Bandcamp.
Yep, we got Bandcamp and everything. We finally surpassed the how to build a display case link on Google. So
that's why I say Google it, because display cases would come up, and now we actually get like the band.
Yeah.
and not like a John Madden display. Sorry.
Yeah, so those are our links. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. Let's see. On our Facebook, we have a music video that we released that we did for our last EP, and that's a music video for Nothing Personal. We had a lot of fun doing it. We just shot it on iPhones, and we, instead of people, we used our dogs to like play us. And, like it was
awesome.
We had a lot of fun with that one. And then this summer, we've been booking a few shows this summer. It's kind of local stuff here in Des Moines. But as far as that goes, we're just kind of playing it by ear and seeing what COVID does. And we figured if we have it booked, it's booked. If we got to cancel, we got to cancel. But we're usually pretty good at letting people. We want to play just as bad as people want to go out and see shows. So, we're pretty good at keeping people up to date on where we're at and what we're doing. We're filming a music video in June for our song Waste.
Nice. That's been taking the most of our time lately.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what we've been working on. We've just been we've gotten back to rehearsing and
nice.
Yeah. Jordan got really sick. So we didn't play for probably like 5 months. So.
Yeah. I spent December in the hospital, so it was. I got COVID pneumonia. Yeah.
I thought you like, it was bad, man. It was terrible.
Shit. Well,
boy, howdy was that fun.
Well, glad you're feeling better, Jordan. Holy shit, that's wild.
Just trying to get the lungs back up to capacity because
we had to wait to see like the walk upstairs.
I couldn't walk up the stairs. It was pretty bad. You know it's bad when you're asking the doctor if you're gonna be okay. He just goes, "Well, we're gonna have more tests." And I'm like, dude, I've talked to music promoters before. I know that ain't.
I know that. That's boy, man, that's good. I like that one.
I'm here now. So we're good.
Well, guys, if you needed any more of a reason to check out Display Case, go check them out. This was a fantastic interview, and if you didn't get an indication of what this band is, then you need to click to rewind and rewatch it all over again. But I want to give a shout out to the Pop Punk Network on Facebook. I'm pretty sure that's how Joey and I connected. So shout outs to them. They always have some really fantastic music just generally. I know most of it's pop punk, but they're awesome. So shout outs to them. And if you enjoyed the Display Case, make sure to check the links in the description where you can find out about them, their music, their social media, all that sort of stuff will all be there. Please go follow them, go support them. And if you live in Des Moines, hopefully you'll be out to see them play shows, because fuck knows if I can't, because I live in Jersey. So we're a little, we got a decent amount of states in between. So hopefully it'll be out on the East Coast, when it's safe to do so. But if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. Make sure to tweet at Trippy Red and Travis Barker. Because my God, listen, we had a great time, and I feel like we need to make this collaboration happen. So if you want to make it happen, make sure to go do that. And and if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. I feel like a very YouTuber-esque person say please support me, but honestly, if you gave it a share or it would mean a lot. So it'd be greatly appreciated on that. And huge thanks to Display Case for coming on tonight and chatting and talking and shooting the shit.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us.